Hey guys, welcome back to Berry Melt's channel. Today I'm going to share a recipe for some low sugar, bariatric friendly pumpkin bread. Okay, so I'm going to go through all of the ingredients for this recipe, but I did want to just point out at the beginning here that there are two ingredients that I'm really substituting for. So instead of butter, I'm going to be using coconut oil, and instead of all that sugar that's usually in pumpkin bread, I'm going to use half a cup of sugar with half a cup of sugar-free syrup. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so to get us started, you're going to need to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. And then these are all the ingredients you're going to need. So you'll need coconut oil, olive oil, sugar-free syrup, ground cloves, ground nutmeg, ground cinnamon, 100% pure pumpkin, ginger, sugar, salt, flour, baking soda, and baking powder, and some eggs. You'll also need 2 bowls to mix the ingredients together and 2 pans. These are the 8x4 loaf pans. So to get us started, you're gonna need to oil the pans up. So I'm just gonna use some olive oil and pat it on, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of flour over the oil. You just need to sprinkle a little flour onto the pans. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is add 2 cups of flour, and this is going to be our mixture for all of our dry ingredients. So start with 2 cups of flour. All right, and then a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. All right, so that is all of the dry ingredients. So now we're just gonna mix it up a little bit, and then we're gonna set it aside to add in just a minute. All right, for our wet ingredients, you're gonna need 3/4 of a cup of coconut oil. You'll also need a half a cup of sugar, a half a cup of sugar-free syrup, one can of the 100% pure pumpkin. All right, and lastly, you're just gonna need 2 large eggs. Okay, now we're just gonna mix it up really good. And once that's all mixed up, we're just gonna slowly add in our dry ingredients. All right, and that is what it should look like, and I will say it smells absolutely delicious. Okay, and next we're just gonna go ahead and transfer this over to the pans. All right, so they're ready to go into the oven. So you're gonna put both of them on the rack and cook them for about 65 to 75 minutes. All right, so it just got out of the oven, and I will say that it only needed to cook for me for about 40 minutes. So I would keep an eye on it about 30 to 40 minutes in, go check on it, get a toothpick or get a fork and check in the center and see if it's still wet. But 40 minutes was good for me at 325. All right, so this is what it looks like. It looks super tasty. It smells delicious, so let's see what I think. That is super moist. That is so good. Sugar-free, almost, pumpkin bread. So if you guys are interested in trying a lighter version of pumpkin bread, I highly recommend you check this recipe out. That sugar-free syrup is the perfect alternative for all that added sugar that's usually in pumpkin bread. If you do give this recipe a chance, leave me a comment down below and let me know how you liked it. And if there are any recipes that you want me to try out to do a healthier version of, leave us a comment down below and let me know what those are. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.